Hey there, it's Sean Donahoe here, and we are on video 2 of the kind of behind the curtain sneak peek. Now, if you haven't watched video 1, go there first. If you've missed that, you haven't seen it, go there first and then come back here, because that really lets the foundation, sets the foundation, lays the groundwork, so to speak, for this video. In this video, we can talk about results. And to me, this is the most important thing, because, hey, people can shout from the rooftop what they do. But the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the results. And not just my results, student results as well. Because at the end of the day, you need to know that you can do this. And if other people are doing it who are in your position right now, well, that's really bloody good, right? So a lot of the goal of this masterclass that we're doing, starting on October 22nd, is for you to prove to yourself that you can do this, that it's something that you can get your hands around, that you can apply and do some amazing things with. So before we get into the results, let me tell you a little bit about how we got here. So we need to jump back, jump in the DeLorean, hit 88, go back in time, because I started from nothing. I come from a tiny island of the north of Scotland, so I wasn't born as a math genius, some sort of trading prodigy. It came from nothing. I came from the island I come from, just so you know, is only 2 miles by 15 miles, had a population of under 500 people, and it wasn't really much for me. So I left, came to America, and when I did, there's 2 types of people who teach trading. Okay, those 20-somethings who look good in front of a camera. They've got a great little studio in their mother's basement, but let's face it, they're not really traders. I mean, they haven't seen all the different types of economy, all the different crashes, all the different situations and scenarios. And let's face it, most of them are outright bullshit anyway. And then you've got the supposed Wall Street guru who gave up his life of fast women and fast cars to help the little guy. Yeah, okay. You can see I've got a big, healthy dose of skepticism, probably the same as you. Because here's the thing. I'm neither of these, okay? No one's mistaking me for 20-something anymore. I've got way too much grey in the beard. But I've never worked for Goldman Sachs. Actually, I came to America very meager beginning, shall we say. I hate to say rags to riches, but I only had $5 in my pocket, a promise of maybe a job, and half a suitcase with all my belongings in it. It was a difficult time in my life. I needed a hard reset, and I decided I was going to come to America, and gun to the head situation was going to make it work. This was in the late 90s, and I started off working in a kitchen, seafood chef. I wasn't really making enough money, so I also worked with a real estate company. I wasn't a real estate agent, not a broker, so no commissions for Shawnee Boy. But I was helping sell $10 to $25 million homes. Now, that was in the 90s. I mean, they're worth so much more now. But these homes belong to millionaires and billionaires. And I wanted to know what the hell they were doing. By the way, that's not an actual picture of me. Couldn't find one of me in the chef's hat back in those days. But like any hungry entrepreneur, I wanted to know, okay, what are you guys doing? Because I was an entrepreneurial spirit, but really was trying to figure out what to do. And I thought, well, okay, these guys have got money. What are they doing? And how can I get my slice? And this is where my love affair with the stock market began. Because a lot of them were brokers. A lot of them were from Wall Street and everything else. And I'm like, okay, well, what do you do? I had no freaking idea. This was like early 90s. This is before I started this incredible journey. And they said, oh, buy and hold, they told me. Buy and hold. Find a good stock. Find a good thing that's it's gonna grow and everything else. And buy it and hold it. And don't worry about it. So I took my life savings at the time, which I had accrued a few $1,000s, and bought Yahoo at $97. Now, if you're already a few steps ahead of the inevitable side of this story, I thought, hey, I was going to be a millionaire like them. I'm going to be wealthy. I'm going to be the next Warren Buffett. And as you can imagine, didn't go according to plan. This was during the time that's since been named the dot-com bubble, and the stock began to plummet. And just hold on, they said, it'll come back. They said, yeah. All the while, they're selling off all their houses, their Ferraris, wives are leaving them, and it dived more. Just hold on, that's what they said. And it continued to crash. It actually took pains me to say this, 17 years to go from where I bought in to, after the crash to recover. And by then I'd sold a long time ago. I took the punch on the chin and the big loss. And it was pretty much all my life savings. So everything I'd worked for 2 years. Now it doesn't seem like much. It was a hiccup. But then when I was starting out, that was a very painful, bloody lesson. It didn't dampen my enthusiasm to learn to trade because I could see the money right there. I just had to figure out how to do it. One lesson I did learn, though, is buy and hold is trying not to swear, but yes, it's a very bad strategy. But this is because I was listening to other people who didn't have my interest at heart. So it set me on a path to, okay, figure this shit out. What is everything? So I read every book, tried everything, all sorts of different strategies. I won't go into RSI, CCI. These are all different methodologies of trading, and it just drove me freaking nuts. Now, I started developing my own strategies. I looked and figured out what works for me, what doesn't, what is best for my style of trading or what have you. And, I started badly in 1999. By 2003, I'm starting to make some profits, but I'm not really consistent. By 2006, I'm getting consistency. I'm getting very bloody good at what I'm doing. But that took 7 years. 7 bloody years since I started to get really good. Now, by 2016, people are starting to really notice what I'm doing. I'm at conferences, and while they're all yabbering about how wonderful they are, I'm sat there with my bacon, my pancakes, and I was actually, a couple of them, they're watching and just going, the hell are you doing? I'm like, trading. Market's just opened. And they're like, what are you trading? And I'm showing them, and I'm showing them the, $50,000 trade here, $60,000 trade there. And they're looking at me like, what the hell are you doing? How, by the time I finish my coffee, I've made 40 grand, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy. So they started asking, hey, what are you, can you teach me? Can you teach me? And I only taught a few people. But then by 2022, I started getting serious about it. I had a lot of life changes, things going on and everything else. I said, okay, let me show a few people. Let me pass on the knowledge I've accrued, the strategies I've developed, because again, I was running multiple businesses. So, time efficiency is very important to me. And people wanted to learn what I was doing. So I've taught people with zero experience. I've taught people who started with very small accounts. And most of them, started up working around their part-time jobs, their businesses. And my students are doing very bloody well, as you'll see in a moment. And I'm confident I can teach anyone with a bit of patience and determination to replace their full-time income trading 30 to 60 minutes a day. I know because I've seen so many thousands of people doing it that we've been teaching. It's what I do, it's what my students do. Now, then the question came up is what next? Because I'll never have to work again. I mean, I fully retired 2 years ago, but I got bored. My kids are grown up. I had some personal life changes. I moved to paradise. I live in Thailand. I can be on the beach or in the mountains, actually going on an epic road trip from Thailand, Laos to Vietnam and cruising around for a couple of weeks after this masterclass. The thing is, you can only do so much lazing around. So I was getting the now what's, and I decided, okay, rather than sit on my butt with Mai Tai, which sounds great, a cigar and Mai Tais and sat on a beach, I get the itch. I get the work itch. I get the need to do something. So that's why I do it. So I thought, okay, well, I'm never going to fully retire. I can't. And I retired in my mid-40s. I just said, okay, well, let me show people, as many people as I can, what I do. So let's take some real results. Let me show you exactly not only what I'm doing, but what our students are doing as well. So I've got a few pages up here. Here we go. Yeah. So below this video that you're watching right now, you can see student results. So for example, this one here, again, this you can see it's 422%, turning $100 into $522. That should zoom out, but I guess it's not, so I'll have to link that up so you can see the bigger version. Here's another one, 126% profit in under 2 weeks. Again, Got some more here. You know what? You can go through all of these. Here's 1,057%, 90% profit. You can see, by the way, these are, and I'm pointing at them at my monitor, but you can scroll down. But you can see this is like the end of September. Here's another one, 90%. But I've got dozens of these. You can see it, 525%, 2,722% profit. By the way, all of these, verify, you can see all the charts and everything else. These are all student wins. And actually, let me pull up just to show you, because there's actually been, I don't have Discord up. Let me show you our community. I'll show you a couple of the ones I've got active as well. But here's the thing, there's many of these. There's literally dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens, and you can go through each and every one and see for yourself. And many of them have, if I pull this one up, I'm just pulling one up randomly here, 120%, and you've got all the transaction hashes. So if you wanted to, go check them on the blockchain, so to speak, because they're all verifiable. But okay, so I've got this here. Okay, pull this down. This is our community. And let's have a look in the wins, report your wins. So here's one today at 3:03 a.m. my time, 21%, quick win. Very small, but it was enough to make it work. So that was a small one. That was a kind of a break-even one. Another one here, 292%. And again, this was today, 12 a.m. my time. No, I mean Thailand, not 12 hours ahead. So again, there you go. And the transaction hash is 3 days, done. Here's another one. Let's have a look. This is Ron, actually. He's actually hammering at the moment. 76%. Again, very quick. And that was only 2 days. Another one here from Walt. 900%. In how many days? 2 days. Which one did he trade? Oh, Kabusu. Okay, I'm going to talk about that. It's one of my favorite ones at the moment. So again, this one, I'll just pop up the chart. You can see, boom, 900%, pretty much on the nose. Okay, come back over here. Lost the window for a second. Another one here. Again, these are all like yesterday and today at the time of recording. I'm recording on, what is it, the 18th. Okay, so these are all, here's another one. This one, again, break-even trade, very, very small amount. Got in a little late, but again, it's all qualifying as, a little bit here, a little bit there. Remember, hedge funds only do about 12% a year. So that's 9% in a day. We're looking for the bigger trades, but here's another one. 733%. That was on the 11th. Again, 3 days in the trade, turning $100 into $700 into $733. Or if you were doing $1,000, if you're going as you scale up, that could be $1,000 into $7,000. And again, all sorts of different methodologies. And I can go back. There's literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. These are all students. All students. Each one you can see right here. Okay? Going back. Loads and loads of them. Okay? 1,700%. It's all right there. All for the taking. And like I said, these are all students. Here's a couple, and this is one that I mentioned that Walt did. This is one that, again, in the last 24 hours, let me just switch this back. Okay. This one, 1,014%. That turned 1,000 into $10,000. That could turn 2,000 into, if I'm doing the quick math, $20,000. That's it. Or if you're starting small, $50 into $500. Whatever you're doing. Now, again, we always recommend starting small until you prove to yourself that you can do this and you can scale and you can even practice without risking a dime. Here's another one. Now, this one was a wee while ago. This was beginning of the month. And again, this one did, lost the marks on it, but 1,456%. And we will show you the exact strategy of where to get in, where to get out in the masterclass. Another one, Smurfcat, which is another one that has been very, very good to me. But this was from the end of September to October. Again, 300%. This is a one that's been around for a year, and we've been doing very well. We did a case study. By the way, if you haven't done so, make sure you lock in your space for the early bird webinar. That will be right below me. There's a $100 into $315,000 in a year case study. I'm going to show you that's actually based on this coin. This coin has been very bloody good to me. And some of the trades that we talk about are these ones you're going to see right here. This is part of the case study. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trades. And then continuation trades. Actually, after this, after I stopped my case study, it went even crazier. There's another 100% there, another 100% trade there, 66% trade there, 337%, another one there, 170%, and another one at 75%. And right now, I'm just waiting for another potential setup. We'll see if it keeps giving Uncle Sean some more cash. But this is what we're doing. We're going to show you how to get in, how to get out, take the profit, build it, grow it, scale it, and everything else. So if you haven't downloaded the case study, again, if you come here, come all the way up, make sure you fill this in. You can download the case study, plus you'll qualify to get, or potentially win, $1,000 live on the early bird call, which goes live 1 hour before we open the doors to the public. We're also giving, or opening up 50 seats to the public, but to you guys, the early birders, before the public gets them. And hey, we may even sell out before we even go live. So make sure you do that. And then the next video, the next sneak peek video we're going to be doing is going to be showing you, kind of giving you an inside edge of what we're doing in the masterclass, how it's all going to be structured. You'll actually get a full sneak peek of everything else and why you need to be there, yada, yada, yada. So we can have some fun with that. Plus, might actually just had an idea. Maybe I'll give an iPad away for video 3, just to make sure you're paying a bloody attention. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We'll have some fun. See how we can rock that up. So, with that being said, thank you for your time and attention. I hope you enjoyed this quick video just to showcase the results. And like I said, go through them. Have a look for yourself. I'll make all of these so they pop up, which they should do like that. You can see them, so I'll do that with these ones too. But in the meantime, rock and roll and get excited because this can be freaking life-changing. All right, take care for now.